at a couple things. Now, one of the things we've talked about in the past is running counter spirals. Okay? So say I come in with a Shomanuchi and he's trying to run Ikkyo. Okay? Just as we touch, if I release that hip, I give it a new direction. Okay? So I'm coming here and assuming that he has not totally gotten me gone by now. Okay? And this will be, like I said, Kaeshiwaza presupposes that the guy has not made, that he's made some sort of an error. Okay? If he's got the ability to kind of reach out to me energetically and do the wooga wooga, as we joke about it, and mess me up before I get there, I won't get this because he's already kind of messed me up. So we're assuming that he has not already screwed up my structure by the time he makes physical contact. So I'm still balanced when I get here. And so he's looking to get here, get inside, get the float, and give it direction. And I'm going to do it before he does. So if I'm attacking, I'm initiating here, and I see him coming, I don't have to let him get there and run his stuff. Okay? So my focal point for striking would be here, and I know that what he wants to do is get inside that to catch me. And I can see him coming. It's not like this is a big surprise. It's not like he's an invisible ninja, and I strike and suddenly there's an Ikkyo. He's there. And as I attack him, I can see him changing the focal point, changing the angles. He's entering. He's doing all this stuff. So if I see that, I already know where I need to go. Okay? I know that Ikkyo is going to look like this, something along these lines. And I already know that one of his weak lines is that curve, the Ikkyo curve. So as he gets there, I've already gone inside. Okay? So it involves switching your energy. When you first strike, your energy is in your hand. You're putting the power out to that focal point. What I need to do to get inside is to drop the energy back down into the elbow and enter with my hara, and then go up his spine and then back out to the hand. So this is like sword, energy in the tip, energy in the handle, energy in the tip. Tip, handle, tip. Tip, handle, tip. We do this all the time. This is the empty hand equivalent of that same thing. Tip, handle, tip, hand, elbow. Okay? Hand, elbow, then back into the hand. See, it's on top of him now, and then just release that hip. And when it's fast, looks like that. So he's trying to get that Ikkyo. See? Dropped it into the floor. So it didn't, he's trying to get me floated. And I already went inside. Of course, that's where the atemi is. And then I released and dropped. Okay? So it looks like I'm resisting. But in fact, I accepted it and gave it back to him. I'm really trying to take the power he's trying to put into me, bounce it off the floor, and let him bounce off the floor for a second. And then as it rebounds, then I give it direction. Okay? Actually, there's a different one. Because basically what you did was he got it so far here that you ended up taking the energy out of this. So he doesn't have your center, but he's got your arm. So if he collapsed me that far, I'd make that a neutral pivot point. Just run it into something else. So this one has to stay more energized. You can't let him get that. It's like bang into my feet. See, I took all that and dropped it into my feet, then bounced it back to you and released it. Okay? So then it's same hand. bang. So it's like, whoing. And there's a little bit of whoing in here. If I just try and do this without a float that makes him light, it won't work. Okay. I want you to see, Arrow's doing a real big lead out Ikkyo, a real big wide stretch out. If they do that, this is not the one you do, okay? Because you're looking for the shortest possible line. I mean, could I go, yeah, technically it's possible, but it's not a very short line. So if they go out that far, there's other things you do, okay, which we will get to. This one is more, the guy's coming in here, slow. Remember the shoulders. He's trying to come in here and get a real omote. I mean, it's not the stretch me out one. He's coming through my center, getting here, then releasing that hip and dropping me on my face. This is one of the power ones. Okay, so if Arrow were coming in here, don't counter me this time. This is this one. Boom! Okay? It's not the same as that big stretching out one. It's not wrong. It's just not going to, this would not be the one I would use for that. So when we make contact right here, it's like he's got his sword, I've got my sword. Look at him. So who gets it? He gets it, I get it. Remember the first drill we did? You can do it off Shoman. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Okay? Get it. If I try and just fight this, I can't. But if I get inside and float him again, okay? So you could make a back and forth drill like we did with the shoulders out of the Ikkyo. This would be perfectly okay. So you got to be doing that. So if we have something approaching that alignment, then I have the ability to right here, there's my focal point. If I drop my energy into my elbow, I can shift my hara in because this got springy, got inside his Ikkyo power, because he's trying to get me there. Get inside it, float him, release the hip, and now he's going. Okay? So a lot of these Kaeshiwaza, I mean, they're very specific to the technique, and you have to understand which version of the technique is appropriate for that one, or you're going to have people going, oh, I don't really understand the Kaeshiwaza. Well, that's because you're trying to do one that's not appropriate for that particular technique. Okay, this is counter spiral, and counter spiral stuff usually means he's trying to run something this way, and I'm going to beat it by running the exact opposite spiral. So he's trying to get it to go that way, and I'm going to beat it by going that way. That's a counter spiral. Whereas if he's really stretching me out, that now becomes really the long way around. If he's really got me going that way, the principle we'd use is go with it and overextend it. Add a little energy to it. So if he's got me going that way and he wants to get to here, then what I would do is go, let's do some extra, which we will do later. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, so